Greetings, my fellow servants of the God Emperor. It is the Ash Heritor. Welcome back to Rogue Trader, the Void Shadows. So today we will be heading to the Astropathic Choir. Or Chapel. Whatever the hell it's called. Chapel. We're going to do that right now. Who are we going to bring with us? So, we need, Idira, for sure. She's a Psyker. We need Heinrichs. He's a Psyker. If there's going to be some funny warp business along, let's see. I mean, Ulfar doesn't like witches. Let's leave him behind. I don't know if we're going to need... We might need... Nah, I don't think we need Pascal. Abelard, you get to take a break. Who has a good relationship with Psykers? Argenta, you have a great relationship with Psykers. You love Psykers. Honestly, I kind of want to... Do I want to bring Marazai? I think I'm only going to be using Marazai for stuff off the ship. When we go out hunting. I don't think I'm bringing him. Alright, I will bring Ulfar and I guess Kibella. I feel like the storyline of all of this is a little bit involved with Kibella anyways, so this is, I think, DLC stuff with the bloodbath and the murder investigation. I say this because in the trailer for the DLC you see the bloodbath and all of the murder investigation and the Omen stuff. I mean, it involved the Bloodspun web, so obviously it was. Here we are with this awesome music
or
once
get
again.
left in the dust.
Yeah, this music is great. Let me make sure it's loud enough. So yeah, if you've been enjoying this series, do drop this video a like. Thanks to everybody that's been leaving comments with tips, suggestions, feedbacks, corrections on little things that I do. It's all great. You guys have been awesome. So, Zachary Weiss. Choirmaster Weiss turns towards you long before you reach him. A chill runs down your spine as if someone were watching you from inside your own being. You summon your will and drive out the unpleasant sensation. The choirmaster smiles sadly. You shroud your mind well, your ladyship. And yet, I can guess why you have come. With all due respect, I am asking you to reconsider. So you would rather not take part in the search for mutineers. We know why he knows. It is my wish to be useful to your ladyship, but what you have come for will put the ship in peril. A ritual of this kind can, and certainly will, go the worst possible way. Your predecessor came to me with the same orders once. Nothing good came of it. Please believe me, Lord Captain. When I say a mountain of corpses was the least of the problems we faced that time. So you have performed the ritual before for Theodora? Many years ago. It was a time when Lady Theodora had become anxious. Perhaps the Lord Inquisitor's interest in her affairs adversely affected her. Shall we say trust in her own subjects? She was expecting a betrayal, and eventually her paranoia brought her to me. I performed the ritual, but the choir ceased to exist. Gnarly. Interesting, though. Theodora was getting antsy about Inquisition. Maybe she didn't know it was the Inquisition and just suspected there was a conspiracy because the Inquisition was watching her from her own ship, and she got wind of that, but didn't necessarily know it was them, or she knew it was them. Either way, what do you have to be antsy, like, I mean, okay, you can always be antsy about the Inquisition watching you, that's never a good thing. It's even less of a good thing, and even more of a reason to be antsy about it if you're planning to do some heretical shit. Which Theodora definitely was. So, what is the nature of this ritual? It takes the entire choir's power to invade such a prodigious number of minds at once. I weave their voices into a chord and steer it into the murky sea of other people's thoughts. Together, we read tens of thousands of thoughts, emotions, and intents, looking for the thing we are after, the seed of corruption you are interested in. Why are you so worried about the ritual? Lord Captain, do you know the proverb about staring too long into the abyss? What you are asking for is tantamount to plunging the entire choir into that abyss. A ritual like that will require incredible focus from each of its participants. It will take a single careless thought, a single glance in the wrong direction, for the way back to be lost. Human minds fusing into one another, vitrified organs, inside still living bodies, perverse fantasies manifesting in the flesh. Nothing will stop the horrors of the warp from spreading all over the ship in the blink of an eye. Even if I agreed, it would be impossible. I would need a second powerful telepath as a defender to shield my mind. The last time my apprentice, Adeline, did that. But she is no longer with us. She was exceptionally talented, rivaling even myself. Now, I know of only one Psyker in the entire expanse who is her equal, but he is bound to the service of one of House Winterscale's planetary governors, and thus unavailable to us, which makes your dangerous enterprise an impossibility. How bad was it? Worse than you can imagine, your ladyship. It only took a fraction of a second lingering inside another mind for one of the astropaths to lose control of their own. The affliction spread down the chain like fire. No one was spared. The minds of my charges could not withstand the tension. Their consciousnesses were caught in a vortex of alien thoughts. The fortunate ones died at once. As for the rest, protect the souls of the stricken and take them under your wing, that your faithful servants may find peace. How did you survive? I managed to send out a call for help, and did my best to contain the phantoms on my own before Lady Theodora arrived. I was the only survivor out of the entire choir. Her ladyship allowed me to spend a month in a secluded cell upon whose floor and walls I drew the most powerful protective hexagrams I knew. I was crushed, I was broken, and worst of all, I was afraid. Afraid of meeting the same fate as Adeline and my other apprentices. An astropath must never be afraid, your ladyship. One who yields to fear dies and dooms those around them. How did you replenish the choir? Lady Theodora bombarded the Adeptus Administratum for months with requests to provide her with a new astropathic choir. In the end, new voices did fill the chapel. They were never told what happened to the previous choir, but they have inklings. And I pray to the God Emperor that they never find out the details of that tragedy. How is a ritual like that even possible? It is akin to heresy. It is not heresy, but it is indeed a dangerous tool that will only yield to a mighty hand. That time, things were going all too well. The choir was many-voiced like never before. Adeline and my other talented apprentices sounded louder than the rest of the astropaths in all the expanse. We were strong and confident enough to take a bold gamble, but we lost. The important thing I am interested to know is, was the ritual successful that time? Did you find what you were looking for? The choirmaster cowers as if concerned. I did find it. But the price. The price. Yes, Lady Theodora got the names she wanted, but was it worth it? The tragedy has remained a secret hidden within the chapel, but we were a hair's breadth away from it becoming an epitaph inscribed on the ship's remains. It's fair to say my predecessor was being herself there. Please, Lord Captain, learn from her mistakes instead of committing your own. That is the harsh truth, your ladyship. It must not be done.
What happens if we just say, what happens if we... I'm inclined to take him... Like, everything he's saying, he had a stronger astropathic choir. He had a servant that knew him well. The way how he describes it, like, one mind in the chain, that's all it takes for it to go wrong. Like, how easy is that to happen? That is nigh guaranteed. And they only barely prevented the total destruction of the entire ship. At the very least, this is going to have horrendous consequences. It seems the risk is too great. We will not perform the ritual. The lines on Wise's brow disappear.
Thank you, your ladyship. I realize that this ritual may be your only chance of finding the mutineers. But is their plot so threatening as to risk dooming the entire vessel? I do not think so.
This is actually a big decision here. I really hope this doesn't just block us out of the DLC content. I imagine not. I imagine we're going to be forced back into it. That is very much what I am hoping for. If it does block us out, I will be mightily annoyed that there wasn't more of an indication. I reckon not doing the ritual is going to put us on adverse footing when the stuff starts to happen again. The enemy will have the edge. This might have adverse consequences, as in not doing the ritual, I mean. But we'll see. I'm not going to waste any more of time or effort trying to find the mutineers. To the void with this investigation, I have enough matters to deal with as it is.
As you will, your ladyship. By your leave, I will return to my duties.
If you guys have left comments telling me to pick one of these decisions or another, I apologize. I haven't seen them yet because the episodes before have not been released yet, so... Okay. Quest failed. I really hope that didn't screw up this whole storyline.
Backup plan.
This is kind of I'm taking the advice of the experts. And I really hope, you know... Yeah, let's just go to the bridge. I guess we're just gonna fly around until something happens. Hopefully... the DLC story continues. I reckon it will, but we at least failed this quest. We won't do the astropathic ritual. This completely locks us out of the DLC. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do the DLC on a different character. I have another character like poised to start the DLC, so... that's, shouldn't be too hard. But I don't know if I necessarily want to do that. Well, let's fly around. And see how it goes. So, we've completed everything on Dargonus. What else do we have? Journal. We need the third confession. Still, I don't know who the third confession would be from. That's not necessarily, Oh, Iliad wants to talk. We could do that. We could go to Footfall, but I've been told to wait before going to Footfall, so I'm gonna wait before going to Footfall. Emelina? So that would be, Heinrich's quest, so we would go to Gatrafal's Calamity. Shards of the Tempest. Marazai desires to meet with a group of Kabbalites of the Reaving Tempest, who are likely banished from Komorra. The former Drakon insists on personally dealing with those he used to command. In Rituals of the Upper Deck, we can talk to the High Factotum. Oh yeah, with Kibella's quest. Maybe that will actually progress that story. Let's go back to the bridge. Let's talk to the High Factotum. We can progress Kibella's story, and then we'll talk to Iliad. It seems like whatever she wants us to do, we can do from here. So we're going to do everything from the ship's bridge that we can. Maybe we'll quickly talk to the other advisors about the confessions and see if we can get the last of those. Who have I not talked to? Maybe I haven't talked to, I think I asked Heinrich Montag, or the Infernus Master. The Doctor. Not sure if he qualifies. He doesn't have art. but we'll see. No, he doesn't have any words. Raver? No, he also doesn't have any. Vigdis. Did we talk to Vigdis about this? Would this apply even? Oh yeah, apparently. Yeah, this was one of the confessions about long-eared kleppas.
Long-eared kleppas. The confession. I assume you heard my confessional message,
Vigdis replies without a hint of awkwardness.
Did you wish to talk about it? The important question is why. I was fault-checking the Vox devices in the ship's reliquary. Message recording works, but deletion does not. You have helped me establish that. Thank you.
Okay, so why did she record this message?
Wait, why lop-eared kleppas specifically? At the time, I had nothing to repent of, so I dictated an excerpt from an old letter to my mother. As you heard, it contained arguments in favor of keeping lop-eared kleppas on the ship. I can still recite it from memory.
What if I wanted a pair of lop-eared kleppas on the ship?
I am going to quote my mother's response. That is impossible, you see. The species went extinct several centuries ago.
Vigdis's voice grows ever slightly warmer.
I am very sorry, Lord Captain. There aren't any kleppas to be had. Well, your confession perplexed the initiate. Find a way to delete it, and we shall forget about it. Will do, Lord Captain. Would you like to discuss other matters?
No, that will be all for now. Alright, so we've done that. Let's head back and actually deliver the confessions, because they're all done. To the Voidship Shrine. Fine. Don't think it matters. And I think that's a good team to visit the shrine with anyways. Alright. We'll
Is there money to be
mark
made?
the Clotus here.
I have found the sources of the confession. You have nothing to worry about. Nothing indeed. I will pass the confessions on with a note regarding your personal involvement.
The initiate looks at you with equal parts astonishment and admiration.
May the Emperor protect your ladyship.
Alright. Quickly talk to Albert here, see if he has anything new to say.
The Emperor protects your ladyship. What brings you to this holy abode?
Nothing. We'll pray at the shrine. Recite a prayer, the one you remember best. Okay. Anything else going on here?
Let us not dawdle.
Anything more from Zeke here? That business? I don't really feel like there's much to be done here. Maybe you have more to say now? I don't know. Nope. Absolutely nothing to be said at all. Alright, let's get out of here. So, off to the Voidship Bridge once again. Go to my quarters. Maybe something will happen if I go into my quarters. But then again, nah. Let's just proceed onwards. Let's talk to Irliet. Our Xenos friend, in this case, actual friend. Unlike a certain other Xenos that's part of our crew, who is not our friend. His armor looks cool, though. Can you actually give his helmet to Irliet? How Drukari can we make Irliet look? I wanna just try it. Just because. Because Irliet can wear the Drukari stuff. Although I'm not sure I actually gave her the Drukari equipment options when I rebuilt her. I think I didn't. But just to test. No, I did. She could wear it. Very spiky. And then the helmet. Let's... maybe not. We had her with the targeting visor. Or was it this one? Outcast visor is okay, but it's like once per combat. Which is not all that good. We'll do the targeting visor here. Or this one. That's pretty good too. Sniper's Bravado. Let's equip that on her. And let's give Marazai the Armor of Despair and his cool helmet back. Okay, Iliad, how you doing?
The Dark City released us from its thorny embrace. The wounds of the body will heal. But what about the wounds of the soul? Kruderok fell, and its demise shattered the fragile lives of countless children of Osirian. Scattered across this part of the galaxy, hounded by the monkey, pursued by the Dark Cousins, imprisoned by the servants of She Who Thirsts.
Yep. It's not been a good ride for them.
Hatred is strangling me like a snake, and fear is coursing through my body like a burning poison. For the path I chose is leading me down the roads of failure. I can neither hold back my grief, nor rein in my anger. And yet, I am powerless to stray from my path. Pay no heed to my fleeting wrath, Alantak. When the will slips away, the soul trembles with rampant emotions. But I will resign my heart to meekness, for there is no other way a marked outcast can help their fellow Eldari wandering in the dark.
Yeah, I'd give you a hug if you like those.
Many terrible things happened in Camorra. Are you all right?
I found myself in the Dark City after following the twisted roads of truth and lies. And although the truth blossomed like an ugly bud and scratched my soul with its thorns, I did find the answers to my questions. Those who come back from the dark of the webway will never be the same. But it is we who change while the surrounding world remains imminent. This thought gives me strength.
Kruderok suffered an unenviable fate. I am sorry your world is lost.
I have no need for your sympathy, Alantak. Besides, neither Monkey nor my dark kin found the decaying remnants of Kruderok. Perhaps all is not lost. Perhaps we may yet bring back what has been taken.
Okay, Iliad's gaze dimly wanders the bridge, but the corners of her mouth twitch traitorously upward and her features soften. Says she has no need for sympathy, yet she does smile a little.
What will happen to the seer now?
As soon as Eklendil gathers his strength, he will depart the Lilithon through the Webway Gate. Do not ask where his path takes him. He follows the road of his own destiny. It is as it should be.
Okay.
So where does the path of the outcast lead you now?
On the trail of a monkey called Caligos Winterscale. Even a worm may harm a wounded tiger by bringing infection into an open wound. And the wounds of my people have been bleeding ever since Kruderok's demise. The spirits of my kin need a poultice, a hope, not the executioner's sword already poised to fall.
So, Quetzaltemer?
You may try.
No, that's all. Okay. That's where Winterscale was, right? That's nearby. We can go there. We head to Quetzaltemer. That is a main quest, but I think... I can't remember who said it, but one of you guys said that we can freely go there without it doing anything to the overarching story. So maybe we'll do Quetzaltemer first, and then we'll start pursuing some of the side quests.
That is a possibility.
That was a nameless star? Yeah. What else do we have here, though? We got two other... That's the planet... Okay, we could go there. There's also this up here that could be of interest. And some other star systems. We have one Navigator's Insight, which is admittedly not the most Navigator's Insight I've seen in my entire life, so we're going to just do an unsafe trip to Narmer 4. All praise the first Pharaoh. That would be Narmer the First, but, you know.
A report from the middle decks, Lord Captain. Immediately after our translation from the warp, there were reports on the Vox channel about black creatures appearing all over the place. The witness accounts claim that they emerged straight from the shadows, and it was your pet Marazai they were interested in.
Not again.
Several enforcers perished in the battle, but we managed to avoid significant casualties. Your Xenos took out the aggressors. I would not be bothering you with this if we had determined how the creatures got onto the ship. Until we know for sure, we won't be able to stop further incursions.
Mandrakes. Yeah, alright. It says it right here.
They were mandrakes.
They could have infiltrated the ship through the shadows. They literally can just move through shadows. And how that works, I don't know. I don't know if that's ever been revealed, and I don't know if the mandrakes even know. A pregnant pause fills the Vox channel.
In that case, guarding the decks against every shadow will not be possible. We will strengthen the security detail at key points on the vessel and hope the incident does not happen again.
Oh boy. Mandrakes. Well, Mortus Axius. I don't know what's here. Oh, that's just Viabos. Well, let's quickly check. Maybe our colonies have completed their constructions. Indeed they have. So we have Craven's Bane, which is an absolute beast of a chainsword. Two-handed. That's an eviscerator, basically. So let's start making some new stuff. So we got the Earthbreaker here. I'm just going to look at what it gives and what it blocks. So this doesn't block anything. This would give us Diligent Cannoneers, 10% extra critical hit chance with macro cannons. An entire planetary regiment of Martyr Guardsmen, a gift from the Rogue Trader to the Coronus Expanse in its darkest hour. Sounds great. Let's do it. Penal battalions. Hell yeah. Are we already ready to build the next thing on Dargonus? We are. So then this is done, I guess? Suppose so. That was the Militia Navy. Alright, call to arms. It's time for the Dargonus nobility to forget their feuds and take up arms in the defense of their native world. Yep. Maybe they'll not have security be so lax next time as well. So we have ourselves the Memory of the Daring, another Void Shield, better than the previous one by 5 points. It's not much, but it's something. And we'll be able to get some new stuff anyways. So there was something here that we wanted to take into account. So Sacred Flame, we could build. That would give us 9 weapons. Our weapons situation is low, so I think I'm going to do that. And also, it was required. Some of these were required anyways. Actually, I'm not sure. But anyways, Sacred Flame. Passing through the distillation plants and a multitude of filters, raw materials with high energy potential will be transformed into combustible promethium. Once the proper liturgies have been served, it will be employed as the Emperor's Burning Wrath. So we'll be making some weapons on Kiavagama. And then on Janus. Oh, Lord Captain. The Xenos Punitive Unit, led by the acolyte Lyat Zhu, has arrived on Janus. The Inquisition forces have already taken control of the Governor's Palace and intend to deal with the anomalies on Janus. Heinrichs, why was I not notified of their arrival in advance? I'm surprised that they have informed us of their arrival at all. It demonstrates a semblance of trust. Thanks. How much did the Inquisition sniff out? The initial interrogations have set Lyat Zhu on the tracks of the wretches. I'm probably mispronouncing Zhu. I'm assuming that's Chinese, but if you know how to properly pronounce it, feel free to correct me. On the tracks of the wretches, towards the anomalous region, but our people continue to dig deeper, so to speak. Well, what think you, my advisors and officers? Cooperating with the Inquisition would do us more good than trying to hide the current misfortunes of the colony. I can send them a message to keep us informed about the interrogation, as a favor. If only we could throw them a bone and let them find the evidence they want. One that we can get by without. The rest should be concealed away from their inquisitive eyes, like a sand lizard shedding its tail. Someone must cede the battle to win the war.
If someone were to walk around my domain so brazenly, they would certainly regret it. Lay open the trap, lace it with poison, put down the bait and wait for the enemy to end their own worthless life.
So, kill the Inquisitors? That doesn't seem like a great idea. We can have the Inquisition do its job. That doesn't seem good. Let the Inquisition fucking do its job. Hexagrammatic Grace. Okay, that's cool. 10 Logic, 10 Coercion, 10 Persuasion. Nice symbol. The, what is that? Thelema? Is that the symbol of Thelema? Any of you fans of occultism out there can correct me if I'm wrong. Yep. To serve Janus and the von Valancius dynasty. After Lady Jus had set up her headquarters at the governor's palace, she began to investigate the situation on Janus. All those feeling guilty for their crimes before the Emperor could only stay silent and pray. Guilt doesn't necessarily need to be guilty. During her investigation, Lady Zhu has been able to establish that the genetic changes in the organisms of the sickly creatures have been caused by the effects of mysterious substances secreted into the water by the xeno-obelisks. These substances do not contaminate the water, or did not contaminate the water until recently, as shown by the analysis of the Magos Biologus. The same xeno-obelisks appear to be linked by a chain of energy communications, also serving as sources of unknown radiation that seem to have caused the outbreak of contaminated growth in the currently uncontrolled sector of the planet. This also seems to be causing the appearance of the mysterious phantoms. Interesting. What is all this Eldar stuff doing? Lady Zhu suggests that there is some sort of ancient mechanical construction located on Janus that had awakened from its slumber, and the anomalies occurring on Janus have been caused by the blasphemous machine trying to start itself. Oh joy. Well, what are we going to do now? Scriptorum schools? This would reduce our profit factor, but we can handle that. This would give us profit factor. Xenos intoxicant. A curious intoxicating substance has been discovered in the Xenos ruins. Clandestine Magos alchemist workshops will refine and distill the substance, transforming it into pure euphoria that will delight the weary souls of aristocrats who long for new diversions. 9 chemicals. We could use extra chemicals. We can also use more profit factor. We can also build one of these already. So we have the Great Fire. We have Lightbringers. This would give us 18 more people. That's pretty big. So we could offer shelter here. Though, let me check the this one. That's not that good, to be fair. Whereas Pleasure World could be nice. Shelter could also be good. So this would, whenever an ally is healed for the first time in a round, damage dealt by that ally is increased by 8% until the end of combat. That is very good. Shelter. Janus' orbit is swarming with a fleet of refugees. By turning the entire world into an enormous staging point, the Rogue Trader will save billions of lives. Also, this is the Iconoclast thing, so we're going to do that. 18 extra people. Let's go. Alright. And on Foulstone, we can get missionaries. Why not? Extra complacency and security. The Cornus Expanse is in need of stalwart defenders, and Foulstone can help by sending its children to every dark corner of the sector.
Do it.
So we need more reputation with the Drusians, and we need 3 Promethium. Our Promethium is lacking. So if we happen to find any Promethium-bearing worlds here, I'm going to actually look in the Narmer sector on the off chance there is one lying around. Then we got to take that, because our Promethium reserves are abysmal. That's plasteel, and here we have provisions. We're good on provisions, we're good on plasteel. So let's get out of here. Also, let's check our ship. I think we can do some upgrades, and also I think we can buy things from the Imperial Navy before we do that. Let's make sure our ship is in top gear before we do any more exploration in case we get ourselves into a space battle. The last one was pretty easy, but we had a lot of help. So nobody even shot at us. So... at least I don't think. And maybe like one ship did a pot shot at us or something, but it wasn't much. We didn't get touched. We absolutely wrecked the Imperial Navy. Let's not talk about that. But hey, we're making friends with them in some other ways. Nobody will miss that Admiral, probably. Let's talk to Janus Denrock, because we have more reputation. Oh yeah, we have this too. And this. I wish to hear news about the Protectorate, to keep apprised of things. We discovered a world that is home to a long-abandoned colony founded centuries ago by one of your predecessors. A ship was sent there carrying several thousand colonists who were to restore the derelict settlement. After the ship entered its system of destination, contact was lost with it, and its fate remains unknown. Perhaps you might like to investigate the disappearance of that vessel personally. I would indeed. In addition to that, your ladyship, pirates have presented a serious problem for your domain. For centuries, a group of bandits headed by a ship called the Elusive Contempt has been raiding cargo vessels on their way from the Protectorate's most plentiful extractia. Their ability to deftly escape pursuit by patrols has allowed them to operate with complete impunity. The pirates' flagship has been spotted in a nearby system. Your ship, Lady Captain, is sufficiently powerful enough to finally chase down those brazen scoundrels and bring them to justice. The Astropathic Choir has received a series of alarming messages concerning the Narmer 4 system. Well, we're here right now, where a dangerous space anomaly has supposedly manifested itself. Its nature is unknown, but the fabric of space within the system is reported to be curved and unstable. It is said that any ship entering the region disappears without a trace. We just did. We were fine. I believe we ought to be prudent and steer clear of that system. Unless we haven't reached Narmer yet, that's possible. The factotum hesitates, as if unsure what he has to say that is worthy of your attention. And there is something else, Lord Captain. The ship's astropaths have caught echoes of alarming messages. Unidentified ships abandoned by their crews have been spotted in several systems of the Expanse. It may only be a rumor, but those who encountered them have gone missing. That is all, your ladyship. Jesus. Okay, well, there's some problems, is what you're saying. Let's upgrade our ship. Get some stuff from the Imperial Navy. So, big old Lance battery. We'll actually read them when we do the upgrading. 4 of them. What were those? I don't even know what we got. But we got 4 of them, apparently. It's alright. Anything we can sell here? Why, yes. As a matter of fact, there are many things we can sell here. Enough to get us to the next tier? Not quite, but we are almost close to fully maxing out this rep yet again. I'll check the others. So I wanted to go higher into the Explorators here. Do we have anything? We sure as fuck do. So we don't actually need too much. So that's going to immediately get us our Skitarii Ranger Armor. Awesome. I mean, we all know who that's going for. And then the Commander Visor. So this is like a Void ship, a Voidsman helmet. That's really cool. We'll pick that up. We have a absolute monstrous plasma gun here. And the power armor. We're going all in on the Explorators. And it's not going to get us anywhere. Actually, it will get us right here, right now. Alright, Ancient Plasma Rifle. And a Resonance Grenade. Deals 2 times the target's deflection, plus the target's armor divided by 2 direct damage. Awesome! Alright, that's really cool. Okay, that's fucking sick. Just, oh, you're well armored, huh? Enjoy your armor shattering and absolutely eviscerating you. Which other one did we want? There was some Casbalica stuff here. Though, ooh, the reinforced Voidsman armor looks awesome. That looks really cool. Requires Zealot and Iconoclast. I think we're close to that. Some other stuff here too. Plankable Tempest. This Lasgun. Archaeotech Lasgun. Aside from that, not too much more here that we need. Let's check the others. The Drusians have some more relevant stuff for Kibella. Some armor. And then the Space Wolf helmet. I want that. I really want the Space Wolf helmet. Mostly just because it looks cool. And then look at all this. Power armor for a Tech Priest? Hold on, what? More power armor? All this power? Okay. Drusians it is. Done. I'm sold. We're going all in. Give me all of the fucking power armor. Didn't get us anywhere. It's going to be a little while before we get anywhere with those, but that's okay. So, and then there's the Fellowship. What did they have? Oh, well, we could get these already. The Grimoire of the Void. Increased chance of psychic phenomenon, and increases our warp damage by 14. Might be something for Adira. And then the industrial hammer. Two-handed hammer. Pushes stuff away. Honestly, I'm not too enthused by it. I'd throw it into cargo. I don't care. Tyrant we're going to keep. That's going to be maybe good. Okay. Any rep for you? Some Xeno artifacts? Oh, what else did you have that we wanted? There's these pistols here. All this Reaving Tempest armor. Self-calibrating helmet. That is totally a... No, it's not a Sororitas helmet. We have this cool armor down here, though, which is quite interesting looking. Some interesting things. The trinkets and stuff, of course, I'm not going to read everything now. Mostly just looking at what looks cool. We can definitely sell to them. We have plenty of gear that we can give them. But it's possible... Wow, the wind is loud. It's possible that we're better off selling to the Kaspalika. No, I'm going to sell to the Fellowship because there's many more tiers of reputation that we can get. So we're going to go all in with the Fellowship of the Void right now. We can do the Kaspalika later. We have a lot of Xenos artifacts. My lord. Did we get all of these? Alright, Poet's Grace. What is this? 25 Commerce, 25 Persuasion. That's pretty good for me or Jai. Black or Precinct Vox Relay. If an ally under the effect of the wearer's Bring It Down ability successfully hits an enemy with an attack or targets them with an ability, the wearer gains +1 Fellowship and Willpower until the end of combat for each enemy hit or targeted. That's pretty cool. Carnage. It's a chain axe. I'll hold on to it. I'm not a huge fan of chain axes, but on the off chance, what's his name? Ulfar can use it. I don't think so. I think he needs Astartes weapons, but... Target user suffers -10 damage from any source until the end of combat. After the combat ends, the user suffers 1 random trauma. That's pretty good. Bone Shatterer. This is a beefy pistol. Shotgun pistol. All types of physical damage dealt to targets hit by this shotgun pistol are increased by 33% for 2 rounds. Nice. That's pretty cool. Modified Crack Grenade. Damn. That's some damage. Demolition Instructions. 25 demolition and area attacks deal 5 additional damage. Cool. And there's this. I don't think this is better than the Drakon armor. Or the Armor of Despair. Whatever it was. Okay, 25 Coercion from Steel Guidance. Whenever the wearer targets an ally with an ability, that ally gains 10% melee damage till the end of their round. That's pretty good. Some more advanced medkits. And the Astronomicon Regalia, which is a Navigator Staff, rank 10. It's an Infusing Staff and a Devastating Staff all at once. That's really good. That provides both. So, pretty solid there. Let's get out. Move some equipment around. I think you're absolutely getting this new staff, so let's do sort by the newest items here. So you have just an infusing 9. This is better in every way. Alright. This old staff can well, no, I'd like to just get rid of it now. Add to cargo. Goodbye. You have the deadly repeater, you'll hold on to that. All that's looking fine. Marazai, let's quickly compare the armors. Again, this does provide 5 extra percentage armor, but all enemies suffer 10 weapon skill and ballistic skill, and 15% extra armor against human enemies. This only provides 2 movement points and the 15%. So, this is percent, and this is plus 15. I reckon this is a typo. It's supposed to say plus 15%, but I'm not sure. In either case, I'm keeping the Armor of Despair. I think it's better. So we'll drop that into cargo. And there are no other items for you. We currently have the Arch Strategist's Visor. We can't even... Oh, it's Eldari. Well, actually, Jai can use it. Oh, she cannot. Well, that's... like, commerce and persuasion. This is Eldari equipment. Like, that is not useful at all. Unless you build Irliet in a very weird way. So I guess we can get rid of that. Steel Guidance for 25 Coercion. Maybe to Abelard. What do you currently have? You have this one. That's pretty good. And you're not targeting allies with abilities. We have nobody that's really using coercion and targeting allies. Except for myself. And I'm not giving this thing up, so... my coercion's decent, but... I don't think this is worth it, so we're gonna throw that into cargo. These I'm gonna hold on to. The Precinct Vox Relay, though. That... could be good. We have 3 officers. 1 fellowship and willpower is... that's, like, geared for me. Let me see if I can get rid of this thing. Except I use Combat Locus. And this is gonna juice up Combat Locus. This will still help Jai. That's very good. That is also very good. So, I don't know. Cassia? You know what? We can ditch that. It's going to affect her willpower and fellowship. She benefits from both of those, actually, so she could use this thing. We can ditch the metronome, actually, before the other thing. The plus 25 to demolition for Argenta. You currently have the first aid manual, that is pretty good, and you have the portative manipulator, which is also pretty good. I could spare to lose the portative manipulator, I think. And then we take the demolition instructions. That being said, you do have an area weapon. You don't use it all that often, but maybe that would incentivize it to be used more often. Let's try it. I'm going to keep the portative manipulator, though. As for this helmet, break their ranks. Who do we have that actually uses break their ranks? I'm pretty sure we have somebody with break their ranks. It ain't me. It might be Jai. No. Cassia? No, definitely not. So no one has break their ranks. One last check, in case I'm totally blind. No. Somebody could pick it up. Like, we could have Jai pick it up soon. Plus 1 deflection, especially with that combined. I'm going to hold on to that weapon, or that helmet. I think it's actually pretty good. The warp thingy for Idira, obviously. Ugh. The start of every combat, the wearer gains deflection, or the wearer's allies gain deflection equal to the wearer's psi rating. Whenever an ally suffers any damage and loses non-temporary wounds, this effect is removed from that ally. So that's Mystic Ward. And then Luck Thickener. Each time the wearer uses a minor psychic power, all allies gain plus 1 stack of the Thick Luck effect. Yeah, Thick Luck is really good. The Mystic Ward is okay. And that can also be applied to Heinrichs, for example. So let's quickly look and see if I want to put it on him. Otherwise, I'm going to drop it. I don't want to use up either of mine on my character, so... where the hell is it? There it is. So you have the Inquisitor's Badge. Automatically pass all coercion tests. It's pretty nice. Accuser of Sin. Charge deals extra willpower bonus. 7 damage. Honestly, that's not that good. The Accuser of Sin. I'm going to equip this, and I think we can ditch the Accuser of Sin. It's an old item. It was fun while it lasted, but it's not holding up. So, Skitari armor. Yes, please. This one does have better stats in a lot of ways, but I mean, this gives 15% extra armor anyways, so, and it looks cool. So that's what we're doing. We have the Trader's Ring here. I might give that to Marazai for symbolic reasons. Though, not sure. Ditch the Iron Cape. Give you the Trader's Ring. So she can drop debuffs onto people. I think that's fine. As for the big old chainsword. I mean, this thing's just cool. We can ditch the Meltagun. We'll give him this. He's not really, like, geared for close combat. Or, sorry, shooting at all, but that's fine. I'm gonna ditch Carnage. The power axe we have is better. As for the power maul, I'm gonna ditch the power maul as well. We'll take the power axe as your backup weapon. And the plasma gun, right. Back to Pascal here. I think this one is better than what we have. It is. Yeah. This one does have dodge reduction, but it's not that big of a difference here. And this one just does more damage. Yep. Okay. We can ditch this plasma gun. I'll sort through items later and see what I can get rid of. But for now, let's go to the Void Ship. And do our upgrades there. And I think we are indeed in the Narmer system, so we'll quickly have a look and see what the hell is happening in the Narmer system. Something's happening. Yeah, we're in Narmer right now. Okay, so whatever triggered is only triggering at the moment. So let's quickly have a look. Oh, that thing that we got 4 of gave us a fuckload of scrap. So that's the difference here. This is substantially better. So you can go into cargo. Better auspex. Ooh, only 5% crit chance, 98% hit chance. I'm throwing this. I like the crit chance. Void Sunder Lance Battery. So it is medium range. We need torpedo tubes to launch starfighters. If you don't have torpedo tubes, you can't launch them. So, unfortunately, we have to keep our torpedoes. Otherwise, I would equip the double lances. So, the Titan Forge's long range deals 84 to 98 in a narrow firing arc. Whereas this is medium range, deals more damage, and has a wide firing arc. So, the range is less, but the wide firing arc and the additional damage, I think, are going to make this hands down worth it. So, let's ditch the Titan Forge. They served us well. And Memory of the Daring. Well, extra shields. And it's doubled against kinetic attacks. That is superior. What is it supposed to replace? This thing. Great. Get rid of it. That's the wrong thing. Get rid of it. Okay, we have our Wrath Starfighters. And we can do some hull upgrades. Wrong thing. 605 scrap. Do it. Also, we should note, you can upgrade the abilities. I totally forgot that. I think we should probably do that. You have to use the abilities once. No, stop that. So that's... Oh, no, we have been doing it. Because clearly I have upgraded things, so... Already upgraded. Well, we can upgrade Warp Wave. Costs 100 scrap. Do it. And Arc Augury, I guess, doesn't get upgraded. Alright, we're looking okay. This thing? No? Okay. We throw this on there. And I think we're ready to continue. I'm not going to upgrade the RAM. Back into Narmer. What's going on here? Something just happened while we were here. Hopefully we don't just vanish. Unknown anomaly. Quick save. Let's poke it with the stick. Very long stick. Preferably a 1 astronomical unit length stick. The endless canvas of the cosmic void is interrupted by what looks like a bottomless hole. Oh no, it's the hole. Sight cannot pierce it. No stars, no planets, no cosmic dust. There is only total darkness. The Augur team has failed to glean any information from the anomaly, and under the influence of a mysterious force, the void ship is slowly drawn towards the heart of darkness. The officers on the bridge worriedly look up from their cogitators. The machine screens turn on and off chaotically, not obeying any of their operators' commands. The walls of the bridge, the crew silhouettes, and the ship's holy machines tremble and stretch out like rubber bands. Oh boy, spaghettification incoming. Alerts of malfunctioning cogitators and maddened chronographs come in from every deck, as do reports of indescribable hallucinations gripping the crew. While the tech priests are trying to placate the machine spirits, helmsman Raver reports that the situation is bad. Navigational systems are barely functional, and the invisible force is getting stronger and accelerating, ceaselessly dragging the vessel into its dark bosom. There is little time, and the Lord Captain must decide, leave the dangerous place, or give in to the force and study the anomaly from within. Cool. Tech use minus 35. Apparently Pascal can't help me here. I feel like he should be able to, help me out here. Is there any data on such things? No. The Void Ship's machines refuse to carry out their orders and shut off in response to every attempt to access a function. I guess we're cut off from the Engineerium, and Pascal would probably be there, so. Terrified by the flickering distortions of their own bodies, the operators frantically try to find out at least some information about the phenomenon, but their attempts remain in vain. Do we go into the anomaly? Direct the vessel to the center of the anomaly. The closer the vessel gets to the hull, the faster it is pulled in. Thousands of people on every deck are gripped by panic. Their bodies are turning into thin, twisting threads, fraying and tearing into pieces, exposing veins, bones, and internal organs. Falling apart into screws, plates, and bolts, tech priests continue to offer relentless prayers to the machine spirits, but their binaric chants melt into the endless screams and cries for help. Finally, the Void Ship jumps into the cosmic tunnel with a torturous lurch. Game over? No, we've been teleported to Adermat 2, wherever the hell that is. We just got slurped up into a wormhole. Hopefully everybody's okay. Okay, we're here now. Into the Recallagers plot area. We already have an extraction. Did we take any damage? Is everybody alright? Just walk it off, right? You know what? Maybe we should check on these guys. Uh-oh. Oh, well, we can, The former Recallager colony greets you with Vox silence. It would seem that the ship has been deserted in the time you have been gone. Well, let's dismantle the vessel down to the last cog. The workers and servitors hastily flood the empty decks. Your people will need time to fully dismember the old ship, but until then, this forgotten chunk of metal belongs to the Von Valancius dynasty. Alright. And we'll slurp up that ship. So that anomaly just teleported us. All the way out here. Okay. Well. That was weird. Now we're here. There's Kranak, that's, with Kiava Gamma. We don't need to go there. There's some stuff going on up here. There's Atlas Reach. Is there any planets with untapped Promethium? Yeah, well, that one's already got a extraction on it. But we'll head this way. There's an anomaly. Master at Arms reports a disturbance in the Foundry Bay. A certain Nemesis, an avenging figure beloved by the lower rabble, shot the Commandant during a routine medical supply delivery and called on the vessel serfs to fight for a better life. The rabble immediately plundered the medical storehouses and proceeded to smash other supply stations, slaughtering officers as they went. So, Nemesis stirring up trouble. Indeed, as I kind of expected, this is, I think, associated with whatever bullshit is happening on our ship. The Omen. We've seen the pictures of the Nemesis, the guy with the goggles, and the... oh, God. Red bandana. Nurgle's Rod. Sorry, guys. This screams Gene Stealer cult. The instigator fueled the mob's anger towards, with outrageous but regrettably popular stories about the rogue trader's allegedly reprehensible character. Excuse me. We suffered shame and humiliation. As a result, a certain vile epithet has spread rapidly through the Void Ship. The Dynasty's pustule. Great. So if this is Gene Stealer cult stuff, if this is indeed a Gene Stealer cultist, there is a particular type of Gene Stealer cultist, I think I mentioned it in an earlier episode, that is all about, like, pretending to be a folk hero and spreading misinformation. They kind of function like, you know, Tyrannid lictors, in a way. Or they have the same function, where they're just there to, like, destabilize things. Except Tyrannid lictors don't spread misinformation, and they do not appear as folk heroes unless you idolize large insectoid Cthulhu mantis things that wreak havoc and can change their skin color. I don't know, actually. I probably would idolize a lictor if one appeared. Lictors are pretty cool. I had a bunch of them back when I was younger and had a Tyranid army. They were fun. Anyways, that type of gene stealer is, I believe, called a Kellermorph. Is Nemesis a Kellermorph? I reckon we'll find out at some point. This Nemesis clearly important. Nemesis has escaped, and the situation on the decks is increasingly spinning out of control. The Master-at-Arms asks permission to employ the harshest possible treatment, not simply to restore order, but to avenge the dead Commandant, as well as the fallen Enforcers. No, I'm not listening to you. But let's discover details about the Commandant's murder. Nemesis' reason for the attack had to do with the widow of a respected foreman. She had delayed the Kiwi by begging to be given medicine for her afflicted children, which the Commandant refused because her request exceeded the expenditure quota. The widow persisted and was given 10 lashes on the spot. That's when Nemesis fired the fatal shot and set off a mutiny within the compartment. Now, Enforcers being unreasonable is admittedly part of the problem. Let's learn some more about Nemesis. The Master-at-Arms reports that this is the 4th Nemesis to operate on the lower decks over the past few years. That's also a bit telling. The previous 3 were captured by Enforcers, and each openly identified as Nemesis. The public executions evidently have no effect. People continue to rally around their hero as soon as a new one emerges, and always believe in the invulnerability of their champion. Yeah, well, when you get executed 4 times and you keep coming back, that might create some rumors of invulnerability. The Seneschal points out that all Nemesites act in the same fashion. Whenever the rabble is feeling oppressed, they step forward. Serving as the spark that ignites the fires of sedition, they target the officers, most hated by the workers, for their strictness and adherence to order, with every murder bringing cheers from the commoners. Yeah, this is sounding exactly like what I was talking about. The Voxmaster shares the rumors that about Nemesis that are abound on the lower decks. Some say he arises from the blood of oppressed laborers, some that he is the vessel's spirit of justice, others still believe that he is an immortal hero. Such veneration makes it very difficult to capture the Riffraff's champion. Let's request more information about the Foundry Bay. It is a place of unbearable heat and poisonous air, where scrap metal is melted down into plates that are used to later repair and refit the hull. There are no critical facilities here, and the bay is fairly easy to isolate. This opens up opportunities for quelling the unrest with no casualties among the Enforcers. Oh, we could shut down life support systems there. Let's not. Let's comfort the exhausted people by giving them medicine and supplies. The unrest has subsided. While the serfs praise the rogue trader's generosity, the Enforcers gloomily predict that the rabble will simply shed more blood, even more quickly and willingly the next time they find themselves lacking for something. Now, I do need to be careful, because eventually it might be that Nemesis starts taking the side of the Enforcers here. If I keep sidelining them. We'll see.
Lord Captain, I bring you new information about the Xeno device that you discovered during your time away. Ever since your return, the tech priests have been making every effort to comprehend the nature of the mysterious technology, and they have succeeded to an extent. After many rituals and pleas to the machine god, they have awakened the Xeno artifact. For but a moment, it produced a holographic copy of a planet and coordinates that match the location of Langren's belt. Perhaps you'll wish to see with your own eyes what the destination holds.
Langren's belt? It's, where the fuck was Langren's belt? Is it nearby? It's Furbundus. I do not know, but we'll keep a lookout. What was the Xeno artifact that we had on board? I do not remember what that was, but let's head to this. There's, within rumors, the fall of Santiel's pride. Let's warp our way there. Uh-oh, we took some damage. The officers on one of the lower decks stopped providing status reports. 3 days had passed since the Vox system broadcasted anything other than the subdued moans and wet slapping noises. Oh god. An enforcer squad sent to investigate reported that the denizens of the lower levels had regressed to animals and succumbed to depravity. The connection with the squad was shortly lost. The High Missionary of the Adeptus Ministorum became flushed with fury and condemned these as designs of the archenemy. The hotbed of heresy was cleansed with fire and prayers. That's fucked up. Well, we survived. Oh, we have completed the development of highest... Okay, so these are the final developments then. So I guess our colonies are completed. What we've built has been completed, so we can proceed onwards. with the next stages. There's nothing more to be done here for now. So we need Crucible. Crucible here as well. Or Reliquary needs Crucible. But we can't build Crucible because we don't have fucking Promethium. Hold on, there may be some contracts we can fulfill to get God, I totally forgot. Oh, Promethium. All we need to do is sell 12 people to them. Caligos Winterscale has found out that the secret of gas factoriums has been stolen from him. However, he is willing to leave that unfortunate incident in the past, offering the prospect of much greater gains. He is now captivated by the idea of seizing House Corda's Nephium rigs on the frozen world of Lucen's Breath. For Caligos himself, it would appear the profit is a mere side benefit of the opportunity to massacre a large number of House Corda's servants in planetary battles. He is offering to pay with the aforementioned priceless flammable liquid in exchange for a fighting force he is desperately lacking. We have 65 people, we can afford that, and we need the Promethium, so we're gonna do it. People for that, we don't need that. Start of Hour, a gargantuan fortress, or a gargantuan explorer mass transport is returning from a long expedition. Its star hunting is taking longer than expected, and it is in desperate need of provisions, water, and air. The captain is willing to show generosity. The ship's holds are brimming with plasma batteries. I got enough provisions. Done. Emperor's Chains. Even a creation as monumental as the God Emperor statue on Footfall requires regular maintenance. The station is willing to pay with thousands of mercenaries in exchange for a new set of chains to bind the asteroids to the statue. I'm also interested to see what these actually do. So I'm going to do it, in this case. That sounds cool. Heirs. The powerful governor of the orbital palace station of Weta Weta has been sentenced to death by Lord Inquisitor Calcazar. Now is a good time to send agents to his domain and partake in dividing the late governor's fortunes, such as his phlogiston mines on the planet of Kirn. Our phlogiston is sitting okay. I don't think we need to spend profit factor right now. Pyramids of Death. Could use extra xenotech, though. A gang of daredevils is looking for a sponsor for their suicidal foray into the jungles of the world Paranthos and the ancient Xenos pyramid located there. Should any of them survive and return with spoils, it will be well worth the investment. Alright, fine. Mech Sages. The Imperial Navy has tried to conscript the Fellowship of Mech Sages on Larchine, renowned creators of airborne machines, by force. The brave technomats have decided to fight back, and now they require armor for their flying constructs. We could give 5 adamantium, we have 18, and in turn we would get 7 mechanisms. That's not worth it right now. Disreputable Dealer. A once fearsome pirate captain known as Void Shark Eophem has decided to leave his old craft behind and try his hand at the calmer and more refined cold trade. He is willing to purchase his finest shipment of forbidden goods, or his first shipment of forbidden goods, by trading in the weapons of his from his infamous raider. Okay, we get 5 weapons. We don't need that, and I need the xenotech more. Rebels. This is okay. I don't know. A group of rebels from the city of Hephaestus 9 is looking for someone who could supply them with deadly chemicals to perpetrate an attack against the station's satrap. Should the request be satisfied, it will soon be time to send crews of void cutters to the station to salvage what remains of the metal husk. No. Conqueror. A brave merchant ruined by his competitors intends to attack Kerlai, a flourishing world rich with fish and inhabited by primitive people. The merchant intends to reward whoever provides assistance with this with a share of the spoils. No. Alright. We're good there. So now we can actually build some of these things here. We can build our final stage. No, we need to build Crucible first. Okay, well, we build Crucible first because we can. After a millennia of lying under the monastery, St. Cognatius' titanic machine will soon be launched. It will take resources to awaken the relic, but doing so will bring glorious to the Von Valancius name. Nice. Alright, 2 profit factor, 9 provisions, 4 complacency, and we'll gain the Holy Woman feature. We'll gain plus 10% damage for 2 turns, and 20% temporary wounds whenever a character uses their origin ability. I don't even have an origin ability. I'm a Psyker. Right? I think so. Oh well. We need it for other things, and then we can build this stuff. It'll be awesome. Cool. Hell yeah, I'm excited for those. Oh, your ladyship, a monstrous storm has broken out on Janus. The apocalyptic anomalies are tearing our agri-world apart, and their epicenter is the desecrated sector. Something must be done before the whole colony is destroyed. We have to find the source of this madness. Calm down and report what exactly is happening there. The fires in the sky that crash on the ground and turn everything around them into ice. Oh, that's weird. The moaning earth, the deadly sound careening through the cities, the purple glow in the sky. The furious storm has covered half the continent, but we can see its epicenter from the orbit. The ruins of a xenostructure complex. What we thought to be the debris of buildings turned out to be a machine, and now it rouses from its sleep, shining with blue and purple lights from the spheres melded onto it. The deadly spirits have become more material, and now everyone can see that they are not dancing. They are fighting. Fighting and chanting two names. Halcyon and Kasai. I have no idea what those are. That's interesting. What do we know about this cataclysm? The leader of the Inquisitor squad, Lady Zhu, did not grace us with a full report, since she has already been hastily preparing for the expedition into the heart of the anomaly. But she mysteriously claims that we have become the witnesses of an ancient clash between Xenos, and in spite of our unfamiliarity with their conflict, it is important to choose our ally in this struggle wisely, whatever that means. Okay. Some wretch by the name of Keg has come out of the thicket to meet our people. It is hard to understand him, but he has managed to explain that to the soldiers that Halcyon and Kasai are fighting. Halcyon in its usual way, and Kasai in a wrong, corrupted way. It seems that he wants to collaborate with us and try to ask for help. That doesn't seem likely to succeed. This seems more likely to succeed. We can get Keg to actually help us. We can send our best enforcer down. Let's use the locals. 57% chance of success. Don't fuck up. The escort squads reports that their route has been clear of anomalies until one of the panicked soldiers shot a wretch in the head. Since then, they have been assaulted by the wraiths and have suffered heavy casualties. Our people have reached the Xenos ruins that once served as either a place of a gargantuan, or as a palace, or a gargantuan machine. They have encountered an extremely high concentration of spirits. It appears the spirits are fighting among themselves, with two particularly vivid ghostly figures among them. One of these prominent spirits radiates blue light and seems to be clad in Eldari armor. The other is engulfed in purple flames and is clad in a Xenos ceremonial raiment. They utter sounds reminiscent of Eldari speech, but any attempts to translate them have proved unsuccessful thus far. Xenos ceremonial raiment. Purple flames. I don't know what that might be. It is an old dialect, from a time before the fall. Order your warriors to aid the spirit wreathed in blue. It fights for the Lilethon's purity against the despicable sorcery. Even an echo of this spirit's voice is enough to understand that its cause is just. I can teach your people how to explain to the blue spirits that they are not their enemy.
So strange it is to hear the words of our ancestors, those who witnessed the apex of our glory. I find myself rather enjoying the words of the spirit clad in purple. That one is a master of delights, a commanding prince of wisdom. So much more compelling than the pompous, blue-flamed fool. Have your servants support the purple-sheathed one, and I will tell them the right words to stop the purple phantoms from slaughtering them. What does it matter that these spirits are babbling about? They both must be slain, Eitvater. Turn your warriors and inspire them to fight for their home to the very last. They have already made sacrifices to get this far, so remind them what those sacrifices were for.
I'm going with Irliet on this. Tell the squad to support the blue spirits. Irliet, make sure the men know the right words. Alas, the Von Valancia's forces were too drained by the long march and the losses they sustained. The whole squad was wiped out by the ghosts, only a handful surviving the massacre. Several hours later, a bright flash lit up the forests, and a shockwave from some colossal explosion swept across the entire surface of the planet, turning the agri complexes to dust. The anomalies stopped ravaging Janus. A group of explorers carefully approached the site of the battle and began gathering evidence to shed some light on the recent events. Piercing together the knowledge that they had gathered, they were able to retrace the history of this world. Oh, fuck. The planet, which was inhabited by Eldari prior to the fall, at some point became one of the many theaters of war between sensual excess, the dogma that reigned over the Xenos at the time, and ascetic self-restraint. Yeah, okay, this explains where the Slaneshi stuff came from on Janus. A local ruler, Kasai, was enlightened and wise, yet susceptible to depravity. In his desire to transfer his soul to another form of existence, he created a mechanism that would let him take over the bodies and minds of all people. One of the ruler's bodyguards, named Halcyon, rose against the tyrant and mortally wounded him, but could not stop him from merging with the machine. Halcyon then gave his life to bind his own spirit to the device and continue fighting therein. This tragic conflict marked the end of all Eldari on the planet, but preserved an echo of their souls and those of their leaders. Fuck. So what does this do? The planet still seems intact. Everything seems fine. Never mind that our agri complex is turned to dust. That's weird. Anyways, I think we should do this. The Expanse is burning, testing the metal of its void pirates. They're ready to pay an exotic xenobeast for such simple things like air and provisions. It's not a very good relic, but the profit factor and everything else would be pretty good, so let's go with that. We need to build Captive Xenos, which is on Viabos, so we'll do that next. Alright, here on Dargonis, there is only Pleasing the Tired to be done. Everything else is waiting for Bastion, which we cannot do. No, we need 7 Complacency, so we'll do Pleasing the Tired. So, let's drop that. Corruption has infiltrated Viabos 6, Lord Captain. The cultists of the Final Dawn have agitated the convicts into a full-blown uprising, promising them a chance at escape. The planet's cargo port and guard facilities are now under siege. The cult's conspirators do not personally participate in the assault. Not too long ago, they scurried into the mines, deep into the tunnels rife with Xenos corruption. The security post we set up in these mines mining drifts reported a skirmish and then went silent. Why did the cultists go to that particular place? Unfortunately, we do not know the true objectives of the heretics, but there is nary a doubt that they are pursuing a sinister and wicked goal, and therefore must be stopped. Yep. What is the current situation on the surface? The Overseers are trapped inside the guard facilities, and the convicts are now united by their common hatred of the dynasty, and are obsessed with tales of freedom. I would like to hear what my advisors have to say.
Heretics seek out those who are weak of spirit and entice them with promises of salvation, but such spineless lot lacks the resolve to fight and will drop their weapons should someone give them reason to fear. The purpose of many tactics in warfare is to sow terror in the enemy ranks, and I know some of these tactics well. Make them quiver, Eitvater, and those weaklings will forget all about their heinous intentions.
Okay. Lord Captain, your resources and status allow you to make use of one of the most blunt and affordable tools of all, mercenaries. These dogs of war would even be ready and willing to go inside the warp if you paid them well enough. Provide the Overseers with some backup from their ranks, and the crisis will be over in mere moments. Yep, that could be good. It is enough to kill a few to make the many lose their footing. Let the spinners bring death to the prominent instigators, and the rest will be intimidated. They will open themselves to an attack. All of these options are actually pretty good, so I'm going to look at what the effects here are going to be. So this would give us a trampled cult banner at the cost of 1 efficiency. It's not the end of the world. Enemies that are targeted by the wearer's psychic abilities must pass a willpower test. Or suffer bleeding and blinded. That's really good. Summon the spinners, which would give us Ghost of Viabos 6. All allies gain 5% dodge and 3% hit chance. Everyone knows that the enemies of the Rogue Trader are extinguished by death itself. That is pretty cool. Ulfar? Show my people how to instill fear in their enemies, so we'd gain Fiend of Viabos 6. All allies gain 10 coercion. Whenever an enemy enters a 5-cell radius zone around the Rogue Trader or their allies, this enemy must pass a willpower resistance test, +5, or become staggered for 1 turn. If 2 or more allies are close enough to trigger this effect, the enemy must pass this resistance test for each of those allies. That is good. Mercs, -1 profit factor, tempered by the quarries. After their admirable performance in the battles on Viabos 6, the mercenaries are eager to serve the Rogue Trader. Many among them are seasoned combatants who can man the void ship's cannons. All lance weapons deal 20% more damage. That's also quite good. I don't know. Damn, these are all really cool options. This gear is really nice. But then somebody has to equip it, you know? Whereas this is fun. Ulfar showing terror, though. I'm gonna do this. Ulfar, show my people how to instill fear in their enemies.
Ha! I shall teach them some secrets of this art.
Following the advice given by the formidable Space Wolf, the Overseers carried out a series of reprisals and acts of intimidation. Leaving behind mutilated corpses and infiltrating the rebel camp under the cover of darkness, they have crushed the rebels' morale and forced them to surrender their weapons. Nice. The leaders of the conspiracy, the cultists of the Final Dawn, are trapped in the mines. They have surrounded a strange dark Xeno obelisk covered with glyphs, trying to awaken it from its slumber. The glyphs on it were similar to those that the mad convicts were drawing. The monstrous construction contained enough energy to tear the planet apart. But heroically disrupting their cultist plans, the guards have disrupted the terrible machines. Instead of exploding, the obelisk emitted a blistering heat wave, melting itself and those around it to ash. Viabo 6 has been saved. Nice. Well, let's construct captive Xenos here. -3 profit factor, -5 security. We got 18 people, though. Gonna suck a bit, but... What do we need? We need tools of killing somewhere? Here we need Xenos Intoxicant. And for this one, we just need Reputation with the Drusians. We'll see what we can get, but we'll do Captive Xenos, because that's necessary for quite a lot of the other ones. Then on Kiavagama, we've completed Sacred Flame, very nice. And we can not do one of the final ones yet, because we need Archive of the Expanse and Holy Ammunition, or Extraction in Ignifera. Well, we can do Archive of the Expanse now. That's necessary for all of the other ones. So let's do that. We'll get Eye of the Omnissiah. That's an even better targeting system. Kiavagama will become the main data repository of the Expanse. Thousands of scribes will register cargo, and the lenses of watchful cogitators process myriads of documents. It'll give us more profit factor. So we'll get that going. Nice. All right, let's enter this star system and see what the hell is going on here. I will end the episode shortly. After we do this void battle, that is. Let's take out some Drukhari. Lord Captain, the ne'er-do-wells from the Augur crew are reporting that we've reached the Nala Septum system, where a Promethium refining hive, Santiel's Pride, is located. What the? Bend my mother over the golden throne. Bend my mother over the golden throne. The transmission ends abruptly, and resumes with a loud click several moments later. Emperor preserve us, Lord Captain. The entire system is darker than the inside of a Grox's arse. The local star, it's kind of, gone. I wonder who's the culprit. Fucking Drukhari, stealing stars again. Okay, that's not good. What nonsense. Stars do not vanish from the sky without a trace. But unless my eyes are deceiving me, Lord Captain, Santiel's Pride is an object of strategic importance to the Korda dynasty. It alone covers the Promethium needs of the entire Protectorate. It is not difficult to figure out what happened. The damned Xenos had their work cut out for them, but by the throne they succeeded. This does not mean they can leave with the important strategic assets for them to plunder. I suggest we do House Korda a favor and salvage what remains of their Promethium. Another star system is missing. It's star. You hear a quiver of outrage in Heinrich's voice, followed by a deep exhale. We need to see if there are Xenos on that frozen world, and, should our suspicions be confirmed, exterminate them. If you disagree, let me remind you that the Protectorate of one of the rogue traders of the Cornus Expanse has lost several billions of its subjects. Can you be certain that the same won't happen to Dargonus, or another of your worlds? Relax, Heinrich, I'm on it. Forgive me, Shireen, but I refuse to believe that among billions of Korda's subjects, there wasn't at least a handful of desperate souls still trusting in the Exalted One's provenance, clinging to life. Who will become their salvation if not you? Spare yourself the trouble of hoping that there is anyone left to save down on that doomed little planet. All the Monkey were either taken to Gamora or disemboweled on the spot. Marazai's voice trembles with sudden excitement. However, the lackeys of the pathetic Archon who sent their cabal here. Who could it be, I wonder? Oh, I eagerly await the chance to meet them personally.
Thank you for your comprehensive report, Raver.
Vigdis takes over the channel, her vexation showing only in the force at which she clicks her vox.
Apologies, Lord Captain. As the esteemed Master Helmsman just stated, the Augur crew is troubled by the anomalous absence of a star at the heart of the system. As for the Hive world, I'm afraid it is forever lost to the Imperium, as are the lives of billions of its children.
Well, that sucks. Let's at least punish these damn Drukhari, and we'll check that destroyed ship, and we'll see Santiel's Pride. I think it's pretty screwed over there. But let's take out these Drukhari wretches. Absolute filth. Then we'll check Santiel's Pride. That's a development. So the Drukhari are stealing more suns. Not very nice.
Mighty machine spirit, lend us a modicum of thy power.
Crikey, they're doing this again. All right. Well, we've got a Talon Syrinx frigate there and a Talon Syrinx frigate there. So let's go all in on the one over here. What's my range? Not enough. We gotta get a little closer. That's okay, we can do that. Let's zoom our way on over here. What do we got? I have some blocked abilities, which is most unfortunate. I can't shoot torpedoes. I guess that's the ability that was blocked. I got some... That's a lance as well. Well, we got macro batteries, or sorry, lances. So we'll try and land a hit. They do have their annoying shields here. What I should have done is warp wave first. No, that actually doesn't do what I thought it might do. I could do a boarding party. Or we could drop a boarding party on the other one. Let's drop a boarding party on the other one. Set their ship on fire. Nice. Alright. So they're not having a great time. One of the boarding parties returned. The other two did not. I guess that's the price that must be paid. So, nothing else we can do from here right now. I can't reinforce my shields. That sucks. No sense in doing this either, so we'll end our turn and hope for the best. Talon Syrinx frigate is moving in to attack my escort. We're gonna swing around. Man, look at the planet. It's all cold. The other one's right there. This one's shadow fields are down, though. Okay, it's shooting torpedoes. Oh, for fuck's sake. The third one. I didn't even see it. Okay, thankfully they're hammering it from both sides, so shields might be able to hold. Leech torpedoes concern me. We're gonna have to be careful. I'm not sure what the range on these guys is. So we're gonna need to not get tagged. What can we do here? Not a whole lot. Two of these guys do have their weapons down, so I am going to launch starfighters. Question is, no, I'm going to launch starfighters later. I need to move. And I think doing a new heading is going to be in our best interest. Let's drop a new heading and make a really hard turn to here. I think this will do. From here we can launch fighters. Once I figure out how this button works. Okay, fighters launched. And our lances can start hammering this Talon Syrinx here. I am concerned about this, however, we have shallow jump to get ahead, so we should be okay. I think we can avoid the torpedoes. Nice, that was damage. Hit this one. Okay, apparently that missed. These are not in range, that is vexing. However, if we go right here, we are out of range of the torpedoes. And we can immediately put some Daka, or we shoot at longer range and put some Daka into that one. So that one doesn't have its shields, or its fields, I should say. Let's do that. Nice. Did some damage. Unfortunately, our other one is not going to be able to do much. Do we stay prow shield? Or do we, I'm going to move the shields to the port. And we could send another boarding party. I'm going to send another boarding party at, I'm going to send a boarding party at this one, actually. I wonder what the, like... Can only be used once per round. Cooldown 1 round. I mean, alright. Focused efforts. Could use another active ability with that. I would love to get Expeditious Reload right now, but I'm not sure we can use it. The other thing we could potentially... Nah, there's nothing else to benefit from right now, so we're going to run with this and let our starfighters do some work. So we'll fly in right here. Put some shots in on this Talon Syrinx. Nice, that did a fucking number. And then we'll fly over this way. We'll see where they end up. That one's damaged. Unfortunately, my escort is
shield has been nullified.
dead. We definitely shielded up the right segment, although I think this guy's gonna get behind me. Hi, that's a close pass. I'm blocked in right now. Didn't shoot. Is that the status effect that I inflicted on it? No, I don't know. It just didn't shoot at me. Not that I'm complaining. Well, hi. Would you like a point-blank broadside? Seems like you do. Okay, it's still alive. Would you like a point-blank lance battery? It's still alive. Another broadside. And, well, shit. Let's, send more starfighters. We got plenty. And then I need to move. I can't Expeditious Reload, which makes me sad. However, we could drop a boarding party on this one again. Oh, so close. It is so close to being dead. Okay, so if we swing around, we could put ourselves into a position to use our second lance battery. This is perfect. No torpedoes are gonna hit us, I think. Oh, fuck, those might actually. Hopefully they don't. That would be unfortunate. Wow, that is multiple ships that are real close to being dead. Oh, now we can use our lances again. Well, this sparks joy. Goodbye.
For the glory of the Imperium!
Nice. Our starfighters even survived the blast. And, goodbye. Probably. No? Dodged? Damn it. Anything to be done with that? Not really. Yes, really. Watch this. Maybe. No. It wasn't gonna work. Okay, I have cleverly positioned myself where I can get probably even more torpedoed, but we'll see. I think I can take a hit. You are going to fly this way. I don't know if that's going to put you in range. It's not. Why don't you fly this way? This one, on the other hand, will absolutely be in range. Hello. See ya. These starfighters are really good. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ouch. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate. At least we didn't take any more damage. Well, buddy, your time has come. What is that?
The dark void will erase
Gone
their
now.
colors.
We can still send out even more starfighters. We can send them torpedo hunting, and then I'm just going to fly this way. I think that it ends when you end your turn. Anyways. No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, let's take out the torpedoes. Oh, starfighters just instantly kill them. That's
All
good
clear.
to know. Alright.
Congratulations, Lord Captain.
Void victory. And we have increased the rank of our ship. Nice. That was cool. No, we did not increase the rank of our ship. We got to repair the hull though, because we took some damage. All right, we will explore what happened on Santiel's Pride in the next episode, because this one's long enough, and then we'll check out this destroyed refugee ship. We'll see about helping, in quotes, Corda's dynasty. I'm not going to actually help Corda at all. I do not like her, but we might help her planets and reap the rewards of doing so. In any case, the Drukhari have been ousted. There might still be more down on the planet below, so we'll check that out. Hopefully we'll actually be able to go onto this dead world and see it for ourselves. I think that would be pretty fun. I like that these are both ice worlds now, too. I reckon they weren't before, but they sure as hell are now, so... Alright, guys, drop this video a like if you have enjoyed it, and I will catch you in the next one. Heritor out.